Hi everyone. So I just want to give you an idea of what it actually looks like in the test site, in the concentration camp that is being slowly built around us. So the council came along and said that even though they've got no money, right, they're crying out for money, they said that they needed to put new doors in. And apparently the majority of people picked prison blue doors. And that was just after this monstrosity appeared on our roof with no consultation, which is against the law. They're not allowed to do that. But they're just ignoring their own rules. And then they came and they put up these lampposts which have got antennas in them which react with the 5G, because the 5G is beam forming. Okay, so we've got microwave beams all over the estate, and all over our streets, all over the whole of Hammersmith and Fulham. They put these lampposts in. Look, they've put weapon numbers on them. They're all numbered. Okay, that's so that they can monitor and tweak the radiation emissions from them. Now, when that equipment went in and I was asked to research it, I quickly found out that the council don't have any safety certificates. They haven't done a health impact analysis study, and the equipment is uninsurable for harm. I provided the council with a report by a military weapons systems expert who has been recognised by a court as a weapons expert and has a court order which clearly states that the public have the right to know the dangers posed by 5G. But instead of taking this on board and taking this information seriously, which is critical information, if I've got a weapons system expert telling me that 5G is a weapons system and he's broken that down and explained that, then I'm going to act on that information. But what the council have done is they've tried to cover that up, and they've created a false study using the telecoms industry who don't monitor public health. The council are not doing any public health monitoring on this equipment, and there's no safety information. And the radiation readings that are coming out of this equipment are way above the safety standards, way above, which have been submitted to the council. Now, what the council did in relation to the information that I was providing them was they quickly acted to shut down my voice. And what they did was they employed the telecoms industry, who do not do any research into the health impacts of 5G and don't even monitor the radiation. And they came out and they monitored the wattage, so the heating element, not the voltage, not the radiation output that I submitted. I submitted the radiation readings. They then sent out a safety notice to residents to tell them that the equipment was safe. That report has been put in dispute by me. I've sent them a legitimate dispute which undermines their report, and I'm waiting for a retraction, which I haven't been given. Instead, what I have been given is a smear campaign, chaired by the head of the Residents Association and the housing officer and the telecoms professionals who went round knocking on doors, discrediting me, and a campaign of torture by the local authorities and their partners who've created false records about me. Now, this equipment is causing a lot of damage where we are, ecological damage and health damage. So I've got a number of health concerns, and I'm watching my neighbours get exactly the same health concerns, but they're too scared to speak out against authority. All they need is somebody to come along and tell them it's safe, and they just believe that. And the evidence that I'm providing to the council is being kept from them. And they have come up with their own fake study to keep everybody quiet. There's supposed to be a 50-metre exclusion zone. The council are completely ignoring all the safety criteria. Completely ignoring it. But they're not telling residents that. Our housing officer is telling residents that this is safe when it isn't safe, and especially unsafe for anybody that has a metal implant, which I will be raising in my court case. The prison blue doors, because the council are so concerned about our health, about our safety in the wake of the Grenfell Tower. But yeah, they've put this monstrosity on our roof that they can't prove is safe, and they're trying to shut down anybody that speaks out about it. So what have they got to hide?